The Honorable Moderator, the Adjudicator, and the listener take my Islamic greetings. Assalamu alaikum. Thank you, Honorable Moderator, for giving me the floor. And today I will going to present my deliberation that tree can save environment for the motion. Honorable Moderator, if we notice our debate topic, we can see three keywords: tree plantation, save environment. Firstly, we have to know what is tree. Then we can say that what is tree plantation. Secondly, we have to know what is save. And thirdly, we have to know what is environment. Tree means a woody perennial plant, typically having a single stem or trunk growing to a considerable height and bearing lateral branches at home distance from the ground. Tree plantation is the process of transplanting tree seedlings, generally for forestry land, recreational or landscaping purpose. Save. Keep safe for someone or something from harm and danger environment. The surroundings or condition in which a person, animal or plant lives or operates. If you cut a tree, you kill a life. If you save a tree, you save a life. If you plant a tree, you plant a life. So, Honorable Moderator, we should plant tree must. Trees contain the ingredients to 25% of all the medicine used around the world. It also maintains ecological balance. Dear opponents, if there is no tree, our country will turn into a desert. I think you want to live a desert country. So, Honorable Moderator, without trees, how can we save our environment? Tree plantation is essential to addressing the 5 challenges of our time: forest degradation, rapid biodiversity loss, escalating climate catastrophe, broken food system, as well as increasing inequalities and inequalities. So, Honorable Moderator, we should plant tree for save our life. Honorable Moderator, plantation tree is must then. Wearing a mask to be safe from pollution. So, we should plant tree for lead a peaceful life. Trees also inhale carbon dioxide and exhale oxygen, which is needed for human beings and animals to survive. Without oxygen, we cannot lead a single day. Honorable Moderator, trees are the lungs of the world. Today, I would like to propose and request their opponents to explain how can we lead without oxygen and without tree plantation. My opposite friend, you can obviously say that consciousness of general people, proper utilization and recycle can save our environment. But without oxygen, how can we do another thing and how can we survive on the earth? Dear opponents, I ask you, I hope you answer me clearly, but it is the less important point and the main point is tree plantation to save the environment. Lastly, I want to say, my opponents, plant tree, save environment. Thank you, Honorable Moderator.
Thank you.
Hello.
Honorable Moderator and Adjudicator, dear opponent and all of the audience, very good morning to all. At first, I want to give a special thanks to Honorable Moderator to give me an opportunity to say something. Honorable Moderator, to know the actual fact, you have to pay attention on 2 topics. The number 1 is what is tree plantation and number 2 is what is environment. Tree plantation is the process of planting seedlings into the ground. This process is done in a planned way. And environment is the natural world as a whole or in a particular geographical area which is specially affected by human activities. Honorable Moderator, the first speaker of our opponent team has already turned her argument for the motion. She has said that trees give us oxygen and oxygen can save our environment. Yes, dear opponent, I can agree with your speech. But I have a question for you. That is, if the people are unaware or illiterate, then how can they understand the importance of planting trees? I hope you will answer my question. Honorable Moderator, 10 simple ways to save our environment advised by an official website of the United States Government National Ocean Service are: number 1, reduce, reuse and recycle; number 2, volunteering; number 3, education; number 4, conserve water; number 5, saving our animal kingdom; number 6, using jute bags and try to avoid plastics; number 7, using long-lasting light bulbs; number 8, tree plantation; number 9, to keep clean our water bodies; and number 10, using bicycle and try to avoid cars to reduce air pollution. Here we can see that tree plantation is in the 8th position according to the list, and all of the other 9 ways are about public awareness. Honorable Moderator, the Secretary General of the United Nations, Antonio Guterres, has said making peace with the nature is the defining task of the 21st century, and I think for making peace with nature, public awareness is more useful measure than tree plantation. Honorable Moderator, Elizabeth Wanjiru Watuti, a Kenyan environment and climate activist and the founder of the Green Generation Initiative, has said most of the things that are happening in the whole world right now are because we have chosen to put profit above the people and our planet. Here, she has indicated that the decreasing of public awareness is the main reason for the destruction of our environment. Exactly to the point, Honorable Moderator. Here, I have proved clearly, correctly, perfectly, actually and factually that not tree plantation but public awareness can save our environment. Hope our opponent will agree with me without any doubt. Thank you very much, Honorable Moderator, dear opponent, and all of the audience for listening my speech. Thank you so much.
Please carry on.
Assalamu alaikum all. At first, I am very thankful to my honorable moderator and educator for giving me a valuable opportunity. Honorable moderator, to exist as a nation, to prosper as a state, to live as a people, we must have trees. Without trees, we cannot imagine our existence. So, tree plantation is must. So, that is why the topics of today's debate has been determined. Tree plantation can save our environment. As a team leader, I strongly support this. Honorable moderator, it is a matter of great sorrow that after listening the speech of my opponent two friends, it seems to me that they do not have knowledge about the definition of environment and this topic. I think that for this reason, they are going to tell cook and bull story. So my opponent friend, firstly, you should understand what is environment, then this issue should be discussed. Honorable moderator, environment means the combination of soil, water, air, light, and plants etc. Here plants are the most important element of our environment. Honorable moderator, my dear opponent friends said again and again that consciousness of general people, proper implementation, proper utilization, recycle, reuse can save our environment. But honorable moderator, we do not differ from them. We strongly say that they are the less important solution to protect our environment. The main and the best important solution to protect our environment is tree plantation. Honorable moderator, without trees, we can never think our existence and our lives. Honorable moderator, people can live 21 days without food, 3 days without water, but only 3 minutes without oxygen. Honorable moderator, even only trees provide us the precious oxygen, which is very essential for humans. Honorable moderator, this is a blessing of Allah. So without oxygen, we cannot survive a single moment. My opposite friends, can your consciousness and proper utilization and proper implementation can produce and provides oxygen? I hope you answer me clearly. My dear opposite first friend and second friend asked me, if we do not conscious, how can we plant trees? Honorable moderator, we are here. If there is no oxygen, shall we alive? Definitely not. Shall we alive with the help of proper implementation and consciousness? It is really impossible. Honorable moderator, there is a proverb in Bangla, every man is for himself. So my opposite friends, firstly you will survive yourself, then you will think about the element, and you will be conscious and you will implement correctly. I hope you got the right answer properly. Honorable moderator, trees are our best companions. They help us in many ways. They give us food, vegetable, timber, shelter, medicine, which are very important for us. My opposite friends, your consciousness and your proper implementation cannot give these valuable things. Honorable moderator, without trees, your every step will be valueless. So do you understand, my opponent friend? I hope you understand clearly. From an statistics, we know that trees absorb 25% carbon dioxide from atmosphere, which is very essential for our life. Honorable moderator, if there are no trees in the atmosphere, the amount of carbon dioxide level will increase dramatically. It will disrupt our ecological balance and it will cause a greenhouse effect. Even the country will be unsuitable for living. Various natural calamities like drought, storm, flood visit in our country. It is a great harm of our life, our environment and our existence. Honorable moderator, my opponent friend, I want to ask you 3 questions. What will you do in this time? How do you sustain your existence? Can your consciousness help in this regard? I hope you answered me clearly. Honorable moderator, I do not want to protect the environment, but I want to create a world the environment does not need in this regard. So honorable moderator, at last I want to say my opposite teams, please agree with us and say a slogan, save the trees, save the earth. We are the guardians of nature's birth. Thank you, honorable moderator and everyone.
Thank you very much for your very excellent.
Awareness, independent will, conscience and creative imagination. These all give us the power to choose, to change, and to provide ourselves with the opportunity that nature gives us. Here, in that situation where our existence on Earth is on threat and the environment is becoming unsuitable for habitation, the topic of our today's debate competition is tree plantation can save our environment. For many legal reasons, me and my team is opposing the subject. Thank you very much, honorable moderator and the adjudicator, for giving me such a great opportunity to tell something about against the topic. Honorable moderator, public awareness of environmental protection is the ability to be aware of the changes that take place in the environment, including the world around us, the relationship between human behavior and the quality of the environment. My opponent friends, trees have no hands and legs, so how can they plant themselves? Hope you will answer the question properly. Honorable moderator, tree plantation directly or indirectly depends on the awareness of public. If people become unaware about the importance of tree plantation, it is just impossible to think of our existence, to think of our environment without it. Honorable moderator, according to UNESCO and UNEP, environmental protection education is one of the most important and fundamental goals which enables a person to be active in solving environmental problems through knowledge, awareness, skills, participation, and attitude. Honorable moderator, from the very beginning of the competition, my opponent friends are trying to make a very false in this stage. My opponent friends, trees cannot avoid people from throwing their household waste on the roads and footpaths. Trees cannot forbid our world leaders not to use atomic weapons. Trees cannot avoid the insecticides, pesticides and fertilizers using on our cultivable land. So how can we rely on tree plantation to save our environment? Is my another question to you. Honorable moderator, the great deserts of our world is Sahara Desert, Kalahari Desert, Arabian Desert, Syrian Desert, etc. These deserts are very important for the habitation of our animals. But my opponent friends, if you want to remove these deserts from the map of the world, it will just because impossible to live on the earth and to exist on the earth. I hope that you have understand my answer. Honorable moderator, my opponent friends has asked me, has told me about Jagadish Chandra Basu. In the last moment of his life, he said that if in the last moment of my life, I want to plant on more trees. But my opponent friends, indirectly you answered the question, because tree cannot plant themselves. A human means Jagadish Chandra Basu plant the trees. I hope that you have got your answer. Honorable moderator, many countries of the world like Morocco, Algeria, Iran, Iraq, Sudan, Syria, Libya, Nigeria, etc. are the most countries that are near the deserts. But the environment of these countries are really very much suitable for habitation. My dear opponent friends, this may another question to you. Do you know the miracle behind the reason? The miracle is that the people of those countries are conscious about the environment, aware of their activities, and are educated and can know how can they provide themselves and how can they save their environment. I hope that you have got your all questions answers. Honorable moderator, the first speaker of my opponent teams has said that trees give us oxygen. Without oxygen, we cannot live a single moment. My dear opponent friends, we have no problems with trees, but we have problems with trees can save our environment. A plant that have no life, how can save our environment? It's my question to you. Honorable moderator, at last, tree plantation can save our environment is like to listen in the fairy tales, but not in the life, or not in the real life. So give up you building castles in the air and accept that not the tree plantation, social awareness can save our environment. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your excellent deliberation, Faria Hussain. Now we come to rebuttal session. Now I request Fatimatu Johra Jyoti.
After listening the speech of my opposite teams, I think that they mean it's a child plaything. My opponent friend, it's not a child plaything. It is a question of our life and our environment and our existence. Thank you, Honorable Moderator, for giving me a valuable chance again for rebuttal. Honorable Moderator, first of all, I am sorry to say that my opposite team leader did not answer my questions correctly. However, I think he was not ready to answer my question. But Honorable Moderator, it was not not possible for her to answer the questions because without trees we cannot imagine our existence on life, we cannot imagine our environment, we cannot imagine our planet. Honorable moderator, first friends of my opposing team have asked the same question. How many times will I answer the same question again and again? For this reason, I did not understand their content. Honorable moderator, imagine a fish without water. Can it survive? Now imagine a world without trees. Can man survive? Obviously not. It is because trees are the endless sources of our life. So tree plantation is must. Honorable moderator, a country needs to have 25% forest have to maintain its natural balance. But it is a matter of sorrow that our country has only 70% forest, which is catastrophic disasters for the environment. So scientists are predicting that the southern part of the country in 15 years will go underwater and about 3 crore people will be homeless and shelterless. In this situation, I want to ask you, my opposite team leader friends, how can your consciousness and proper utilization save us? I hope you answered me clearly. Honorable moderator, my opposite friends, if you love the breath, save the trees, because when we are born, we use oxygen for respiration to survive. Here, awareness did not help us. Honorable moderator, I want to say that forests are the lungs of a country. Honorable moderator, if we do not have lungs in our body, life will not survive. Similarly, if a country does not have forest, that country will be destroyed. So, tree plantation is a must. For example, Sundarban is called the lungs of Bangladesh, and Amazon rainforest is called the lungs of the world because Amazon provides 20% oxygen and Sundarban provides enough oxygen for this around the world. Honorable moderator, my opposite first friend told that illiterate people do not think about oxygen. Honorable moderator, we know the story of Paramanik. When we was in class 5, we read it. He is illiterate, but every night he planted trees. Honorable moderator, he is illiterate. He was illiterate, but he planted trees every night for save the environment. Honorable moderator, at last I want to say that as education is the backbone of a nation, as the same way trees are the backbone of our environment. Honorable moderator, so I can say that tree plantation is the best and the most essential solution to protect our environment. Thank you, honorable moderator and everyone.
Thank you very much, team leader, for the motion. Now I request against the motion, team leader Faria Hussain. Please carry on.
Honorable moderator, after listening the whole speech of my opponent friends, I think that they are trying to make fire in the middle point of Pacific Ocean. That is totally impossible. Thank you very much, honorable moderator, for giving another opportunity to represent my logics against my opponent friends. Honorable moderator, first of all, my opponent team leader has said about Kartik Paramanik. Yes, honorable moderator, Kartik Paramanik was an illiterate, but Kartik Paramanik can know the importance of tree plantation. It is his awareness, but if he was unaware about his environment, about his atmosphere, how can he will plant trees? I hope that you have answered your questions. Honorable moderator, Bangladesh has become champion in air pollution for the 4th time. Honorable moderator, in the circumstances to protect our environment, only relying on tree plantation is just to dig in a dark well. Honorable moderator, trees can give us timber, fruits, flowers. I accept my opponent friends. But honorable moderator, my question is that if trees can give us food, but can tree make people aware about its importance? Can tree provide the atmosphere with its substances? People means we are aware about the plantation of tree and then we survive in the nation. Honorable moderator, in Islam, human being is called Ashraful Makhlukat, means the best creation of our Almighty Creator. Honorable moderator, that is because our consciousness and awareness. If we become aware, there is no difference between we and a dog. Honorable moderator, our consciousness help us to teach what is wrong and what is right, what is the right thing and what is the wrong thing. Honorable moderator, my opponent team leader has asked me a question: how can social awareness can save our environment? Okay, my opponent friends, don't know that United Nations every year organize a conversation to save our planet and to make people aware of that. I hope that you know that, and so give up building castles in the air. Honorable moderator, my opponent friends is repeating one thing again and again, that trees can save our planet, trees can save our planet. Honorable moderator, I again want to tell them that a plant that has a plant that cannot move from one place to another place, how can save our planet? Honorable moderator, when our capital Dhaka city is polluted day by day, it is just impossible to rely on tree plantation to save our environment. Trees cannot stop soil pollution, air pollution and environmental pollution, and these ways we cannot save our environment. At last, honorable moderator, I want to propose my opponent friends, please give up your valueless logics and came with us and accept the proposal that not the tree plantation but the social awareness can save our environment. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you very much, Faria Hussain. We have enjoyed, dear viewers, we have enjoyed debate competition, English debate competition. I again thank you very much, both the teams. I think teams are waiting for the result. Who will be champion and who will be the best speakers of the motion. So, without no delay, now I am going to declare the result.